One and Only Ivan is a book about a gorilla named Ivan who befriends other animals and a young girl named Julia. I enjoyed this book and believe that it is a good read for young readers. First, I would like to discuss one of the themes of this book, which is animal rights. Readers are taught how animals in confinement are treated. Humans treat animals as objects rather than living things. Throughout the story, Ivan realizes the cruel conditions of his confinement. One moment that resonated with me was when he described how humans interact with him. He describes how his life consists of flashing lights and pointing fingers and uninvited visitors. I think the term uninvited is powerful here and shows how humans use animals for entertainment purposes. Ivan also describes their fingerprints on the glass as sticky with candy and slick with sweat, which demonstrates how children treat animals in confinement. In my opinion, it is important for children to learn the reality of how these animals are treated. One moment that stood out to me is when the author uses the simile, "They drifted past my domain like logs on a lazy river," to describe how the humans were losing interest in Ivan. This part of the story introduces a theme of loneliness. Humans often get excited to see animals who are behind glass, but this part of the story allows readers to think of the situation from an animal's perspective and realize the loneliness that they experience being isolated in a cage. Despite the loneliness and negative memories, Ivan is able to recall some positive ones. He says, "I was born in a place humans call Central Africa, in a dense rainforest so beautiful no crayons could ever do it justice." This shows that after being in confinement for so long, he still has some memories of his habitat, and it allows readers to realize the importance of keeping animals in their natural habitat. Another moment that stood out to me is when Ruby discusses her experiences in a circus. She mentions how she was forced to wake up early, walk in circles, and she describes the pain she experienced from her feet being chained up. Although this seems dark, it highlights the reality of animal cruelty. Ivan makes a promise to save Ruby from this cruelty and captivity. This is a significant moment as it marks the beginning of his determination to find freedom. Despite the loneliness and pain of their past, Ruby and Ivan are eventually relocated to a zoo. This teaches readers the importance of determination and courage. Also, Julia tells Ivan to say hello to his new family. The term family is powerful here because Ivan is finally able to live where he should be, amongst other gorillas after a long period of time. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. Some might view it as dark or cruel for children to be reading, but I think it portrays the reality of animal cruelty. Children are often sheltered from topics like this. Instead of trying to sugarcoat problems, we should teach children the reality of the problem, which this book does. I would recommend this book for children of all ages.